So this was yesterday, and we opened higher up here, and then you're asking, is this a good short? And so, my whole thing is when I kind of put on a trade, I want to see a trajectory, kind of a clean path for that thing to go. So if we were to envisage this thing, it's like this thing was very unlikely to just cut through all of this stuff like a, knife through butter. So I just, had a feeling that that was a complex trade. Now it did sell off, had a nice sell off. And then obviously by the end of the day, it was back up here. So just wanted to kind of, again, it's this marriage, this interplay between these bars, how they kind of connect or what have you. And so, we had this little, thing where it's difficult, to see this thing open higher and then cut through all this. It will in time, I think, it has to go back up here, give us a nice, another shorting opportunity, and it will. But, everything in its time. So yesterday, Airbnb, opened much higher. So it's sometimes hard to explain this stuff. So I started shorting Airbnb, when it was like 155, 154, just because it was like in this. But here again, and I got out, I must have got out right at the low price. Because here I say to myself, okay, so it opens, it actually I think opened a little higher. So I started shorting it right here, about 154, thinking, okay, it's up here. Is it going to really kind of go back up there? So first off, I think this whole thing is a sale. Just because, the patterns and what have you. But again, it's just the marriage and the interplay between the bars. And so I could see up here kind of a path lower, more than Moderna. And then I got it. So then we come all the way back down to about there. And I'm saying, okay, do I see this thing kind of going all the way through here today? So it's kind of this visualization process and all of this thing, and some of it's intuitive and some of it there's nothing you're going to find in a textbook. It's just the interplay between these bars. So I got out, I got in there at 154 and I literally got out here at 146.48 or something. It was just dumb luck because I said, do I see it going unchanged? Do I see it going all the way lower? And it's just experience. I've been part of this thing before. And anyhow, I got out and now we're back up. So this is just a, all over the place market, opens higher, goes lower, finishes higher. And it's just the roller coaster that this market is in. So that being said, I talked about this concept, where if a market starts lower and then goes back through previous unchanged, then it's likely to go higher. So if we, look at, I start talking about IGV like at the beginning of the month, where we start lower, go through the previous bar, and then that's so it's how the energy, if IGV had began the month much higher, then I would have shorted the bejesus out of it, knowing that it had to come lower. But since it opens lower and then now starts going higher, now you're in trouble if you're short. So again, I don't know how really to articulate some of these concepts. So you can see IGV. And so whenever we get to these areas where we found pockets of strength, made a new low, closing the high, so you can see all of these areas, this pocket of strength here, pocket of support, if you will. You get lower and they suck you in, and these are the potholes in the market where they suck you in. It looks like it's cratering, and then they just hit a pocket where they've hit before. And I think I started saying that this was I don't like when the energy goes lower, then starts going through the previous day. Now you got troubles. And I said yesterday I could very easily see IGV back to 320, 330, back in this area again. And then again, so I think this is still going to be another bear market rally, but I think perhaps there's going to be a tradable rally here.
So you can see, 45 is 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So pop out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how this is going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.